Hello guys, it is that Panda Guy. I'm here again with another video, and today we are looking at Dark Seal. It is part 2, and I will say I was a little bit exhausted in my last video, and I still am an island raid, but I didn't want to just have you guys suffer for both of the Dark Seal videos, because I listened back on it. I felt kind of bad, because, I didn't really feel myself or anything. But yeah, let's hop right into it. So first we're starting off with a little base rally right here, and you see um, you know, freaking Piglet. I don't know why they keep changing their name, but Piglet is getting rallied right here. And you'll see how these one troop marches outside their base. This was basically to lower the Lewis AoE. For anybody who doesn't know, if you look at Lewis's first skill, his skill damage is pretty high, but when you use Lewis, for every March hit, it drops the actual damage down by 15%. So, if you're hitting all 5 targets, it drops it by 15% per target, which normally doesn't actually mean anything bad. But that is saying that you're actually, hitting the freaking base properly, right? Because if you're hitting like all those other marches around the base for 15% less skill damage, and then you have that skill damage added up, it's still a pretty good amount of skill damage and overall really nice. But when you kind of consider that it's one troop taking up, big portion of the overall damage, it's just bad, right? Like you don't want that one troop thing to kind of lower your skill damage. That's why you see Piglet actually change their secondary to someone like Tom or something, you know what I mean? There will be a bit of just base hits in this video, like you're not going to see nothing very special, but I was having a little bit of a blast. I was letting my troops die, the 85% returns, always willing to go crazy, on some bases as long as the trades are good. And I mean, the thing is, like I think I said it in my last video, but I've gotten to the point where I did finish all my technology finally, except for my engines. And that means that I can focus a lot more on my speed ups towards actually training troops and then just healing overall instead of having to use a big portion of them to, actually do the research. So now I can actually expend a bit more troops, and this makes it a little bit easier for me to go buck wild and just let my balls hang, you know what I mean? But yeah, you guys kind of see how this is. This dude, I guess he wanted some points, so he dropped a shield again. I just ported a different account in to you know, give him a blast from the past. I will say there are a few targets that I regret hitting during this event because I think I showed in my last video. I just didn't really talk about it, but like I helped swarm some 100 mil dudes, and I knew it was bad, and I traded, I think, either even or just barely negative. But it was like, why did I do that? I think I just got hit by seeing our whales doing it, and I wanted to go along. I regretted it afterwards. Also, the metro right here, by the way, it had 500k troops in it, and at the beginning, like at reset, I had already suspected that Fine wouldn't be leaving like all their troops in it. So I had scouted it, and I was telling our members, and they were so focused on the field that we almost didn't actually get metro. And now we actually have ANCS rallying it. We do trade negative here, which was very weird since it is 3 versus like 2 million troops in the rally. And I will say that it might be because we had Regro as a support here. And we would have liked to change it, but the thing is, we kind of rushed and put some heroes in here, and it's not like we actually were using heroes that were proper to take Metro right away and actually hold it as a garrison captain. So, I mean, we could have picked better heroes for holding Metro, but I mean, it is what it is. And, I will say that the troop death to injure ratio is different on Metro compared to maybe a tower, whereas normally, you might get like a percentage of injuries, deads. On Metro, it's 100% dead, except for maybe your gear piece, which I think that is your backpack. And if you have your thing refined enough and you get your golden nano from Island Raid, you can basically reduce the amount of deaths by a certain amount of percent. And I think it can go all the way up to maybe 5% or something like that, which is absolutely insane because I've seen a lot of troops actually saved from people who've invested very heavily in their vests. Like I think I've seen one person with theirs maxed out. That or like the one I've seen in like Boon lately was in a level 8. I'm not sure about the maxed out part. I think there's somebody who hasn't maxed out. But either way, that can save you a lot of really good trades on maybe a watchtower, or be it offense or defense, and even just things like a village or something, as long as you're garrison captain. So, I mean, if you have your whale upgrade something like that, it is huge. And I mean, to be fair, you're kind of tanking it for the team because you got to consider in the prospect of reducing their deaths, they're also, not investing in stuff maybe like upgrading your healing speed, or the amount of resources consumed would be less, which would be freaking massive for a whale, but I mean, like, these whales are kind of taking one for the team by reducing your overall deaths and just making it better on like trades and stuff. Okay, and this is another swarm. I think it was like, yeah, Massey right here. Or Macy. I don't know if I'm saying that wrong. Okay, we took 10's Metro, so we took 8 and 10's Metro. 10 didn't have, I don't think they had anybody actually in it, and they were so focused on 8 that we sent 2 whales here, and we thought there would still be troops, so they were going to swarm it, but there was nobody in here. We took it, we put some troops in here, and I will say, the issue is going to 10 and, maybe controlling both Metros from 8 and 10 would be too much, because let's say we do go to 10, right? We basically pour in, boom, they end this rally, maybe they go back to 8 and they just keep playing whack-a-mole. And even if that's not the case, pushing field here would have just been a pain in the arse, right? And there's just no point to holding this. And the thing is, I wanted to pull out when this thing hit red, so maybe 30%, and I actually would have preferred to pull out at maybe 2 million troops. But Samuel actually agreed with me, but he went freaking AFK, and I had some troops in here on and all, and I end up having to pull right before when they start swarming. You see it there in like the bottom corner. I will say the trades obviously weren't good, but they were much better than I expected from a metro that we couldn't keep filling up, right? Because obviously if you're not able to keep filling up a metro like that, like if it's just progressively getting smaller and smaller, your trades are going to get worse and worse. So I mean, it was bound to be the case, but that was kind of insane. We traded way better than I expected it to. Okay, and I guess this is a swarm. Yeah, they had freaking Catherine, and like I think their support was, what is that? A Kami? Like they had Catherine and like, wait, Captain and Russell. Sorry, Russell. They had Captain and I don't know why I say Captain. Kath and Russell on their wall, which is absolutely insane. I mean, 80 million might, if they had like Tom and something on their wall, I would not have probably swarmed that. At least without like a whale backing me up. There's just no point, and the trades would have been too bad, but yikes. I'm sorry for the uncomfortable silences, guys. I'm just like looking at these reports. I don't really have much to say here. I will say I am pretty exhausted though. This is like day 3 or 4 of Island right now that I'm doing this video on, and man, I am freaking tired. Let me tell you guys something. I'm not doing the Island video obviously, but I might as well just talk about this. The worst part about taking on a 4v1 is it's not even like taking on the players. It's the fact that you're so limited on how many towers you can build. Like we have a limit to 50 towers, so every time we have to push like one side, we have to evacuate people off all these other towers. Then boom, we demolish that, we push these guys back, boom, we have to push the other side, so we start evacuating those towers, we demolish them, boom, we freaking go back, and it's just like it's like a game of whack-a-mole. And you have to keep demolishing your towers, which also means that you need an abundant amount of freaking resources, whatever the the donations material, whatever it's called, cement, which is absolutely just terrible. Like I'm freaking burning out over here. You know what? I am having a blast, so we'll be honest, and they will make for some good videos because we have been going ham. The strategy in Boon has been insane. I really appreciate Nam as our leader because that is crazy that we've been able to pull off what we pulled off, because I did not, I had no belief. Like I believe in Boon, right? Like I believe that we're good warriors. I believe in the players. And although I didn't believe that we'd win, like I had absolutely no shot in my mind, right? I still would listen to Nam because I respect the guy. I think he's a good leader. And overall, if he wants me to go hold a tower, I'll hold a tower. That's basically how it works, right? And somehow we are fending off. We are first place in Island right now, which, I mean, I'm not really sure if that'll last when Ruins opens, but the fact that we're able to even manage this is kind of insane. The trades we've been taking are pretty good, like the points and stuff. Overall, it's been a freaking blast. And I'm like, I don't even know how we're doing it. I'll also say the strategic builds are absolutely insane here. I just love it. Everything feels like it's perfectly played out. Like it's so hard to explain the feeling I'm feeling. Like it's just great, Also, here's more swarm reports. You kind of see it get worse and worse. I don't actually know why that is, because he's not even low when they start initiating the battle here, right? Yeah. Oh yeah, and this dude, oh no! So Big Daddy freaking ported in, right? And he started swarming the field, and Thomas was getting swarmed, right? I think Thomas was a little sad because Big Daddy stopped him from getting swarmed. He was about to get a free swarm, dude. And Thomas is kind of freaking chunky. He has some good gear. He's a pretty big player, so he was about to get some really good kills. And Big Daddy had to come in here. I love you, Big Daddy, but you can't be doing that to my boy Thomas. Making me cry because I was actually about to milk some kills by reinforcing that. All right, and here's some more swarms. I don't really think there's much left here. It's just some rallies. Okay, so they're gonna rally Tree down a bit, and then they're gonna rally my other accounts. Katspina, I think Suffering. I think they also rally Futz or something. And I'm gonna actually end it there. You guys can look here from here, and you can check out the whole rally footage. But that is it to the video. I do appreciate you guys as always, and you guys enjoy these rallies, the reports, and all that. I do appreciate you guys. Like I said, and you guys have an amazing day or night, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.